good. We started. Oh yeah, we started. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I see the live 23:55.
I bet. So, phenomenal phenomenon. It's the podcast. Yay!
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 Woo-hoo. Big old bong rip.
Big old bong rip, baby. Hold it in until you pass out. Don't do that. But episode 1. Welcome to the show. So this show is going to be about ghost stories, cryptid stories, supernatural stories, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, me and Peyton. Say hello, Peyton.
Hello.
Thank you, Peyton. That's a good Peyton. So we're gonna be telling stories and experiences that we have, like individually,
Mhm.
and maybe some stories from people that we know. Like I have family members who have had experiences with the supernatural or the paranormal. And Peyton he does as well. So, well, Peyton, you and your fiance and a friend of yours were doing paranormal investigations. That was the name of the channel, right?
Paranormal outbreak.
Paranormal outbreak. Okay, my bad.
No,
But
you good.
y'all were doing investigations though, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and we did an investigation at my house, which I regret because it opened doors to a
See,
lot of
man,
spirit.
your new apartment, like the apartment you have now.
No. We didn't move in yet.
Oh, okay.
My house.
Um. So, all right. So tell them about the channel that you guys have, and then
So
roll over into what happened recently. Because I remember you mentioned that like last week.
yeah, I got some crazy shit now compared
Oh,
to last time we recorded.
see, Peyton is the friend. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
Peyton is the friend. See, this is why you got to ask questions, because if you got to know who you around. Peyton's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Peyton's a really good dude.
I try.
But here's the thing: he like to
Oh,
fiddle around with ghost stuff. Like he like to. I'm the type of person. If it happened, it just happened. Peyton is like, let's shake something up real quick. Let's shake it up a little bit.
no.
You know what
That's
I'm
not
saying?
how
We
it
haven't had
went.
any activity. Let's open a portal in the living room and just see who comes through. Like
We didn't open a portal. We opened the area for questioning.
Okay, so you didn't
When you acknowledge
open the
them, they're
portal.
gonna come.
You just poked the portal with a stick. You just
Spirits wander. They can come and go as they please.
yeah, I know, but
If I opened a portal, then I'm really stupid. But I'm pretty
yeah,
sure I didn't.
yeah. I don't even want to know. I'll tell you, you don't even know me no more. Just leave me leave me the hell alone. Leave me the hell alone, baby. I don't want no smoke.
We're
But
moving out too, so we're not gonna be here much longer.
huh?
Yeah, we're moving out in July.
Oh, I thought you was talking about something else. I'm about to say what the, but
Oh no.
yeah. Tell them about the channel, and then tell us about what happened recently.
So the channel started because me and my buddy, we didn't really believe in paranormal at all. Like him and I were on the fence about it because it's like it could be so easily edited. Like if there's
Right,
no proof from my eyes, then I don't believe it.
right.
And as soon as we started at my house, and shit hit the fan real fast.
Whew.
Because when you acknowledge that spirits are here, now you know that they're here and they're going to make themselves known
Yeah.
because you acknowledge it. Um, uh, but yeah, that's basically how it started. You know, just not believing, and then now we believe full heartedly, and we don't regret it, but it's had some challenges.
That's a situation of fuck around and find out. And y'all found out.
Yeah, we found out real hard.
Damn.
Did you want me to explain some experiences that I had?
Absolutely.
Okay. So when we recorded at my house, the first thing that we experienced, we didn't have the camera rolling. We just wanted to see like, okay, is it worth recording? Blah blah blah. So we had some test runs with it, and we had these objects that were called cat balls, which literally have lights in them. So if you pick them up, they're gonna light off. And if you stomp around them, they're not going to go off. You have to pick it up. You have to put force into it. So, or move it in any kind of way. You don't have to pick it up.
Right.
So we set some up in the windows, on the floor. We had a K2 meter, which is just a meter with a bunch of lights on it, detecting electrical fields. That's why they call it EMF, electrical magnetic fields. We had it set up like in between the two, like in the living room, and we went towards like electrical stuff to make sure, like, hey, the TV's not setting it off or our phones aren't setting it off. It's just sitting in the middle of the floor, no electrical around it. Some cat balls start going off, like no one's walking around, we're just standing there, and they're going off left and right. The meter's going all the way up to the red light, and then back down. It's going up and down on the meter. So we flip on the camera, and of course everything just shuts off, no activity. So we got the spirit box going. We had a bunch of voices come in, some male, females, and a really dark voice that came in. And you're not supposed to say, like, are they evil or are they good, because most likely they'll lie, or it's just a really dumb question to ask, but we asked it anyways. We came up to the guest bed because we heard footsteps above us in the upstairs area. So we ran up to investigate that, and it kept, over the spirit box, it kept saying, come to the hallway, come in the hallway. Like, it wants us in the hallway. And the only assumption we have with that is it wants to push us down the stairs.
Man, that happened recently.
That was the first video we have on the channel.
I was gonna say, I remember that because I watched that video, and I remember hearing the footsteps. Like, you can hear it in the video. Like, you can hear the footsteps in the video, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we pointed out too, because we were recording on the 4th of July, so obviously there's fireworks going on, but the footsteps happened when nothing was happening outside. Like, you can hear just right above us.
Yeah. Oh yeah, clear as day. Like, trust me. Like, to the people listening, obviously I believe in the paranormal, but I'm also a skeptic when I look at videos. And I actually know Peyton, like, in real life. So I know he wouldn't like fabricate it, because it's like, like you said, you were a skeptic. So why would you then make fake accounts? Like, why would you?
Right.
But no, you can hear it. Like, I can vouch for that. Like, you can hear him clear as day. Like, you don't have to go out your way to try to listen to it. Like, no, you just hear it. Just look at the video, you can hear it. So that's crazy.
Yeah, the only thing that we edit in the video is just edit it down so it's not so long, because I think these episodes are like 42 minutes to an hour long.
Yeah, that video was like 47 minutes.
Mm-hmm. That was the first video we uploaded, because there's really not much editing that goes into it. It's just all paranormal experiences. It's really what it's all about, is just experience. It's not editing to make us popular. We're not clout chasing. We're just
it's not
uploading.
in a show. It's not like a show format. It's just like, this is camera on, we right here, start doing the investigation. Like, go.
Right.
Yeah.
There was like no planning
to make the show. You could.
Yeah.
Make some B-roll, do different, go to different locations. You really could. I'm not gonna be out there helping you, but you y'all really could. I'll be here. Because it's funny. Somebody asked me last year when I mentioned this podcast, the idea of this podcast to somebody last year. And they were like, would you ever go out to locations and do? I said, hell no. I'll be in the studio and I'll send somebody out there, like the people do on the news. Like, we got Jim out in the field right now, and go ahead and tell us how it is, Jim. Then it's that brief delay. They just standing there looking at the camera. That'll be you.
Yeah. No, even though we don't do videos anymore, we still concurrently get experiences all the time where we go out somewhere. Like, if we go over his house or we chill here at my house, there's always experiences.
Right. Man. And like, so talk about the experiences. Like, what usually happens?
So recently, this is the most recent. So we've had my friend come over this is a different friend. We're going to call him Dr. Cleanser. But he had to come into the house to cleanse the house because we felt we heard hands brushing against the wall. We heard footsteps all the time walking around, especially when my parents left on vacation for a week. They, it was constant like footsteps, like known. They like it wanted us known that it was there, and it started getting a lot worse. Like you can hear them running, and then the brushing on the wall just got so annoying to the point where like we have to get this out of here because it clearly is just an annoyance.
Right.
So we had him come over and cleanse the house, and it's like it's a man that's here, and he stays here. He hasn't left, and it's kind of like he's like a puppet for something darker. That's what we think. Something here is darker, clinging on to that negativity that's in the house, whether it's depression, fear, whatever. It's clinging on to that emotion, and it just feeds off of it, and that's how it gets stronger.
Man, that's crazy. That's really crazy.
Yeah.
When you talk about the negative energy, it brings up the experiences that I've had. So like when I've had anything happen recently, like I said, I don't go looking for nothing. If it happened, it happened, and that's just that. And I just deal with it in the moment, and then I just move on. So when I can feel like I tell people you can feel when a spirit is around you. It's the same way you can feel when somebody walk in the room. Like say your fiance walked in the room, but you didn't hear her, but you'll look over. You might feel the instinct like I feel like somebody in the room. You'll look over. She might be just in the room like doing whatever she's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that. So
Yeah.
when I feel the good spirit, a good spirit, a good spirit. I don't. It's just like you like. It'll be like you walking past me or something, or just like a person just walking past. It's just nothing. They just going about their business. It'll be like that. But whenever I feel a negative spirit, it's like my adrenaline starts to race. I get that butterfly in the stomach type of feel, like something is happening right now. And I ain't gonna lie. Whenever I feel the good spirit, or that good energy, or whatever, that good spirit, with a positive spirit, I don't say anything. I just leave it alone. Like I don't look around because I feel like I could pinpoint where it's at. Like for example, the apartment I lived in when we worked together, I was sitting in there one night looking at TV, nothing crazy, just finished playing the game, was looking at TV, and I literally felt like something just came through the wall on the left side from where I was sitting. So I just felt like somebody just walked in. Like it was clear as like I couldn't see it, but I could feel it clear as daylight. Felt like somebody walked in, and I was about to look in that direction, but I didn't. And it called me crazy. People listening, you might say this is silly. But I felt like whatever it was looking at TV with me, bro. Yeah, it's just like how you have those feelings. Sometimes things resonate within you, like
Mm-hmm.
put your finger on it, be like, man, it's something. It's like your instinct. It's your gut feeling. Like it's just pure raw instinct. And it was, I just had the picture in my mind, like whoever this is, they looking at TV, like they just they looking at the TV like right now. So I don't look at it. I don't look over at it. I just mind my business. But if it's a negative spirit, which I felt one in that apartment too, if it's a negative spirit, I curse it out. Like I curse it out right there on the spot, bro. Like get the f out of here. You're not welcome here. Don't ever come back here again. I'll destroy you and whoever created you or whatever created you. Leave me alone. And like it's like no fear, bro. Like I've had most of the time, like 90% of the time, I'm not afraid. But 10%, like there's a couple things that I've experienced where I was like, whoa, like job shook, but like shooken up a bit. But then I just calmed down and just, meditated on it, just relaxed, and then just, went about my business. But now, no, I'm cursing it out. I'm cursing it smooth the fuck out. Like, get out of here. And it worked. Like not boasting or bragging or nothing. It's just that's my experience. Like that's what happened. Like those 2 times I seen a shadow person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. and I'll end up. I'm gonna tell those two stories. Um, but I want to ask you more about your situation. So like, does it usually happen during like at a certain time? Is it like a loop, like same time during every day, or a certain
So
day?
usually it's random,
Mhm.
um, but like what my Reiki master and all that tell me is the best way to deal with it is like if you feel that it's negative, which is intuition.
Yeah.
It's you have to follow your intuition, you have to trust your intuition. But if you feel that it's negative, you got to imagine putting it into like a metal box, like a lock box, and
Like on
then
Doctor Sleep.
right, and then
Mhm.
like chain it up and then send it to the deepest parts of hell because you have to imagine getting rid of it and it'll go away. Because if you don't do that, it's always going to feed off of you and it's going to
Mhm.
take your energy, which creates anger and turns you against your loved ones. It can make you like a whole different person.
Like the seven deadly sins type shit.
Mm.
Yeah.
But but no, to answer your question, it's not really a specific time. It just kind of happens mainly towards the nighttime, but sometimes during the daytime we get some activity as well.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
that's how
not.
it was. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's not really bad like
Mhm.
energy. It's mainly just footsteps and maybe the occasional knock here and there, and then like your hand rubbing against the wall. That's pretty much about it. Nothing
Yeah,
thrown at us or anything.
that's pretty trippy. That's pretty much how it was at my grandmother's old house, the one we lived in from 2014 to no 2008 to 2014. Just random, like we'd have experiences, and then it'll go like 2 or 3 years will pass before we have something else. Like, but my first experience was so one night. You've heard these stories before, but to the listeners, it's going to be new to them. But so the first night, so you know, paint a picture for you. So we had brand new smoke alarms, smoke detectors in the house. The local fire department went around to all the surrounding like neighborhoods and just replaced them, replaced the old ones with new ones. So these things were like brand new, so they were really sensitive. So we were cooking. It's like during the summertime. We cooked that day, and of course the smoke alarm just going off like crazy. And so I took it off the wall and I put it behind the couch cushion. I used to always do that. My grandma used to be like, "Don't do that, don't do that." And I'm doing it. I can't. I ain't about to sit here and just listen to this thing go crazy. So
Mm.
put it behind the couch pillow so it'll stop, and it'll stop. So later on that night, I was in the kitchen. It was probably like 11:30. No, it wasn't even. Yeah, like 10:30. It wasn't late. So I had just finished doing the dishes, and I went in the living room, sat down, I'm sitting across from the TV. The stairs are to my right, but you can't see. You can see like the bottom set of stairs, but once you go up those stairs, the first few set of stairs, the wall is a wall right there, so you can't see the rest of the 10 other steps. So that's to my right, and to my left is another couch, and my little brother will sleep on that couch, and he was sleeping on that couch, and my grandmother was upstairs in the bed. So I'm like sitting down, just texting, looking at TV, texting, looking at TV, and then I feel the smoke alarm behind my back. So forgot this was right there. I need to put that back up. So I sat it on the edge of the coffee table right in front of me, right. So probably like 5 minutes later, if that, I don't even think it was that much longer after that. I'm looking at TV and I noticed something moving out the right, the right side of the living room. And I
Hmm.
looked, and no joke, it was just like a mist of it was like a white mist, and it just came down the stairs, came like it was walking towards me, but like past me. To my right is the entryway, the entranceway to the kitchen. So it went right past me, and I'm just looking at it. It went right past me and went in the kitchen. And as soon as it went like out of my line of sight, the smoke detector just went off. And I remember like hearing different stories from people because I used to always ask people, "Have you ever seen a ghost?" That's probably how me and you got to talking about this type of stuff.
Mm.
I asked everybody that, right? From like elementary school to now. So I've been into ghost stories forever.
You used
So,
to ask me when we worked together.
huh?
You used to ask me when we worked together.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, so then the smoke alarm went off. My grandmother woke up like, "What's wrong? Well, is it something burning?" I said, "Nah, there's nothing burning." I said, "Do you I said somebody was just in here." She was like, "What you mean?" I said, "It was grandma. It was somebody just in here. The smoke alarm went off. We good. It's no." I said it wasn't a person, but somebody was just in here. And she was like, because my grandmother, she never liked talking about. She probably, she passed away last year, so God knows how many experiences she done had. She like later in life, probably like 2 or 3 years ago, she told me and my aunt some stuff, but it was just like something that had happened to her like recently. But I'm pretty sure it was stuff that she seen, heard. She was born in the 40s and she's from the South. So like she done probably heard all kinds of stuff. So she was like, that's odd, and then she just went back to bed. And my mom, she was like that too. Everybody else, we don't mind talking about it. Like literally everybody else, we'll talk about our stories. And I just had learned some new stories last weekend when I went up to Maryland and spent some time with my family. So that was the first experience. And then the second one day I'm taking a shower and I always lock the door when I go in the bathroom. Something I've been doing since I was a kid. Just because like I have no real reason for why I do it. I just lock the door. So I get out the shower. It's a handprint on the mirror. Like clear as day. Not like somebody had went in the shower before me, took a shower before I did, and they wiped the mirror off with their hand because it wasn't smudged, it wasn't smeared or anything. And it was clear as day. Like it was like the fog is completely covering the rest of the mirror, but it's just a handprint on the right side of the mirror. Just clear as day, which that tripped me out. Like that was like weird. And I wasn't scared, but I was just confused. Like what? Because I would have heard the door open, I would have felt the temperature change in the bathroom, something. Like I would have noticed somebody walked in the bathroom. Like somebody would have. First of all, they had to fiddle with the lock to get it open, and we just didn't do that. Like if somebody in the shower, why would you go in the bathroom? We don't, that's just how we are. We don't go in there. Like if you ever come over our new house and you take a shower, I'm not gonna go in the bathroom. Like that's your bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Time to take a shower. So, but
Try and take a shower with you.
nah. See, that's when you got me fucked up.
Don't drop the soap.
Get out my house. But you said don't drop the.
Yeah.
Oh nah, I use liquid soaps. I ain't dropping nothing.
Liquid soap. What the hell are you using?
Liquid soap, like body wash.
You don't use like a loofah or anything?
Oh well, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, don't drop the loofah then.
Man, nah, shit. Hell nah. Nah, I tied around my wrist like a Wii remote. But so I don't want to get too long with it, but there's so many stories I can tell, man. Just from that house alone. Like my stories, plural, my cousin's stories, my uncle's story, my mom and my aunt, I don't think they have any stories from there. They just kind of felt like something was there, but I don't think they ever like seen or heard anything. If you want, I could tell some of those stories, or you can roll into, something else that you've had happen.
Actually, I got an interesting story that I don't think I've told you yet.
Oh yeah, lay it on me.
Okay, so my fiance's mother, we went to go see her one time, or I think she told her this a while ago. If I'm correct. She said when she was younger, when she lived in the house with her mom, she had a little girl visit her in the night and warn her that her house is going to catch on fire.
Mm.
And the next day, it did catch on fire.
Whoa.
Yeah, and she didn't know who this little girl was. She just popped out of nowhere.
Bro, that's crazy. I got a
Mm-hmm.
story similar to that. It didn't happen to me. This is a friend of mine's story. I
Lay
got
it
a
on me.
story similar to that. I don't think I told you this.
Probably not.
All right, so a friend of mine, his stepdad was a Black Hawk pilot, right? And he was on a deployment in, I think it was Iraq. It might
Like
have been
Desert
Iraq,
Storm?
huh?
Like Desert Storm?
No, 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 no. I don't think this was Desert Storm. This was like after. This was like early 2000s, I believe.
Oh, like so after 9/11.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, so he said this might have been like 04, 05 maybe. I can't remember all of the details like that, but so he said so his stepdad, he was a Black Hawk pilot, but he got his aircraft got shot down by an RPG. So he passed away, so rest in peace to him. So he passed away from that. And I'm pretty he might have had other soldiers on board, so rest in peace to them too. So a friend of ours that we went to school with, his dad served with him. So they knew each other. They were good friends. So so well, I'm trying to say it. All right, so my friend's stepdad that passed away, he passed away, right? So our friend, his dad is on a deployment now, a different deployment or something. And he said they were like basically trapped behind enemy lines and they had to hunker down in this like building until daylight, until they can, get out of there and get evac and just get out of there safely. So basically they was just in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said some of the soldiers were sleeping, some of them were awake, and they were just in there, just laying low, just like keeping watch, just on 10, like they're highly alert, right? The ones that were
Watching their
awake.
backs, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he said our friend, who his dad is there, right? Said he saw my friend's stepdad walk past the door. Mind you, he's already deceased. Saw him clear as day walk past the door. And then so he loses it. He calling his name. Obviously, I'm not gonna say his name now. He was just calling his name, like, hey, 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 and which alerted the other soldiers, woke up the other soldiers that were sleeping, and he runs out. Our friend's dad, he runs out, right? So he said by the time he got, so it was like he seen our friend's stepdad walk past the door in the hallway. And he said by the time he got to the hallway, it was like a door right there, so that led to outside, and it was like a field across from where they were. He said by the time he got to the door, and he's running, by the time he got to the door, my friend's stepdad is all the way across the field. Like he's already like, I'd say like probably 70 to 100 yards into the field, that fast. So he just like chasing them, like, hey, hey. So that now the other soldiers are chasing our friend's dad, like, come back, come back, come back. So after all of the soldiers left the building, bro, the whole building blew up.
Mm.
The whole building blew up, bro.
Holy shit.
Bro, and my friend's stepdad never looked at him, never said anything. He just was walking. And by the time he got to it just tripped me out. By the time he got to the door, he already all the way across the field almost. And they hauling ass trying to get our friend. Our friend's dad hauling ass try to catch him. And then all the soldiers are hauling ass to try to get our friend's dad to come back. As the last soldier walked out, ran out, and they like got a good distance away from the building, boom, whole building blew up.
That's crazy.
That's probably, I ain't gonna lie, that's probably the best story. I'd hate to say that at the same time because that was my friend's stepdad, and he meant a lot to my friend. He treated my friend really good, like treated him as his own son. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard nothing but good stories about him. So like, but at the same time, like that story, everybody loves a good story, So that's probably the best story I've ever heard. Like, no matter what the subject matter is, that's the best story I've ever heard, man.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. And especially since I know, like this coming from people that I know, like this happened to their family members. So yeah, it's pretty wild, man. It's pretty wild.
There was an incident that happened. I think it was me and my fiance coming back home from work. We were driving down the road. This was during the day. This is like evening, like maybe around like 5 p.m., something like that. We were driving, and there was this open field with a barn in the back. And I'm focused on getting home. I'm driving, and for some reason, I don't know why, but something just said, "Hey, look to your left," and you can see like fog, like rolling across the field a little bit, like maybe at like knee high, and
Right.
there was a woman in like ripped up like white apparel just standing there with dark hair, just standing in the middle of the field just looking at me as I'm driving by.
Man,
And you know I tell my fiance, I'm like, dude, I explained to her what I just saw. Like, I'm like, holy shit. And she was actually, we were kind of speaking to her, um, because once you look at her, you have all these gifts. It's hard to explain.
oh, I get it. I get it.
You can communicate with them if you
Right.
open yourself up to it.
Right.
And she was telling us that she was a rape/murder victim that was
Mm.
dumped into the river behind my house. Well, it's not
Wow.
behind my house, but it's like down the road a little bit. And they never found her body. And the person that killed her is still alive and is free. And she had to have been like 24, 25, not much older than that.
Man, that's awful, bro.
Mm.
That's sad as hell,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what the fuck?
And she kept asking us to find this person, but she never gave us any details on how to find him.
See, man, that's crazy, bro. That kind of
Yeah.
remind me of that movie, The Black Phone.
Mm.
You know how the little sister had the gifts. She kept having the visions in her dreams,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
then
that's
at the end,
essentially
you
what this
find them too.
is just visions that come into your head.
Yeah,
And you play these pictures in your head and you try and figure out like what's happening, what she's saying. Like, you really got to use your intuition on what she's saying, what color clothes she's wearing, because it's not going to be 100% like, hey, you just took a picture with your phone, it's crystal clear. It's a
right,
lot of like fuzziness that you have to piece together.
right. Yeah, it's like a puzzle.
Right.
Puzzle,
Exactly.
a 10,000 piece puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Puzzle
it,
pieces are the
it's
size of a dime.
it gets hard because when a spirit walks in, they see you as like this just colorful mist, but you can see them if you have gifts. You can see what they're wearing, you can hear what they're saying, and you can feel their presence. Like, it's
Oh yeah,
all intuition based.
yeah, that's a fact. That
Mm.
just, man, that reminds me of when I had my first apartment, and this is when I was getting into spirituality and I was meditating, practicing being a vegan, things like that, and
Gross.
huh? You said
I said
gross,
gross. I can't see you being a vegan, man. You're so built. It doesn't make any
man.
sense.
You can be built as a vegan, bro. It's
No,
professional
no, 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 no,
vegans.
no. It doesn't work.
Well, okay, okay. Chocolate mouth Patrick.
Hey, you ate all my food. Now I'm gonna starve.
But nah, so I used to meditate at night until I felt would fall asleep. So during my meditation, I would just focus on the things I desired and just just positive, just good vibes, just focusing on that, right?
Hmm.
Until I could, yeah, I at first it was hard because you gotta like clear your mind, like you gotta find a way to just clear everything, stop the chatter, and then just focus on what you want to focus on. So I kept doing it time after time after time. So I got to the point where I could just focus, and So the first night from when these experiences started, the first night, um, I felt like somebody was not the first actual night of me meditating, but like from when the stuff started happening. So the first thing that happened was I'm meditating. Mind you, I'm all the lights off in my apartment. I'm getting ready to go to bed. So I'm chilling. So I'm laying on the bed and I feel like somebody is standing at my bedroom door.
I hate
Just
that
standing
feeling.
there looking at me. I feel clear as day. Like, like I said, you have those feelings that, like you said, the intuition, your gut feeling.
Like
You might
somebody's
be out public.
watching you.
Yeah, exactly. You might feel like you might be at the gas station. You might be like, man, I feel like somebody looking at me. And then you looking around and it's a dude just looking at you from across the gas station. Like, what is he looking at? Like, why are you looking
What is this fucking dude looking at?
creepy thin man over there? But that Charlie's Angels villain over there just looking at me. So so it was just a good feeling. Like it was just like regular, like nothing bad. So I just kept meditating, fell asleep. Next night, meditating, and then I snap out of my meditation, and I feel like I feel like it's in the room, like it took a step into the room. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. This motherfucker getting closer. So nothing bad. Go to sleep. Next night, meditating, snap out my meditation. Now I feel like it's somebody standing at the foot of my bed. Like he or she, whoever this is, I felt like it was the presence of a male. So just standing right there at the foot of my bed. So I can't see nothing, can't see anything. But you can't tell me that it wasn't somebody right there. Like I know for a fact.
Like you
So
can feel it.
you can feel it. It's a strong feeling too, bro. So go to sleep, whatever. The next night, meditating, I fall asleep and I lay on my left side when I'm asleep. And I wake up just like my eyes just pop open. And I feel like it's somebody right here in my face, bro. Like the same way you put your hand to your face right now without touching your face, you can feel that presence of your hand in front of your face. You can feel if you walking around in the dark and you get too close to the wall, you can feel the wall's presence. You can feel something right there. You can feel that
Right.
get like it closes off. Like you can feel that shit. So I'm like, yo, like, what is this? Like, it's the same energy. But I feel like it was a kid. I feel like it was a kid. And I'll tell you why I feel like it's a kid from another story that's something that happened in that apartment complex, in the gym in that apartment complex. So nothing. I go back to sleep. So another night, meditating, deep meditation, and then I snap on my meditation. I feel a presence at the door. Now it's a dark presence. Now the shit just hit the fan. Like, what is that? But I just looked at the door. I'm just looking at it, and I believe we can talk to the creator. If you meditate, if you got certain gifts, you can talk to the creator. God, whoever, no disrespect, whoever you want to call the creator. People may have different names based off their culture or what they believe in. So no disrespect, but I just call that the source, the source of all of this. So I heard it clear as day in my head. It said they found you because of your light, because you were meditating. So you were in a deep meditation. So that's how they found you. But you have no. That's I take it back. So I feel the dark energy.
Rewind.
The first thing I hear is, "Are you ready?" I said no. Like
No.
no,
What?
because your instinct is so powerful, bro. Like I instinctually knew that if I was to say yes, something crazy was about to happen in that room, bro. I don't know what it was, but something wild, because the motherfucker right there, like he right there. And I feel it like this is the op, this is the enemy right here. And he got the drop on me. He's in the crib, it's dark. I ain't got no shoes and socks on. I'm on the bed. He right there. So
You're vulnerable.
vulnerable to the max. He clearly he can see in the dark. I can't. So he's standing right there. So I just knew, like, if I was to say yes, oh, all hell would have broke loose. Like literally, like all hell would have broke loose, bro. So I was like, no. And then the voice said, it's not really a voice, it's like the presence, like, you know, like I don't hear a voice like, you know, how you hear my voice. It's just like a presence. Like the mental, like if you say apple in your head, you can hear the word apple in your head. It's like, you know, just thoughts, like it's that type of presence, right? So I heard it say they found you because of your light. You were meditating really hard, so you were in a deep meditation. So that's how they found you. But you have nothing to worry about. I'll take care of it. You can go ahead and go to sleep, but stop meditating. Just go to sleep. And I said, okay, and just went to sleep. Like clear, just boom, just close my eyes, lay down, like Mr. Wednesday off of American Gods. Just, just and I've never done it, bro, unless I'm like super tired, and I wasn't like that tired at that point. So fast forward to why I said I thought that presence was the first presence was a child. So I'm in the weight room, the fitness room. I'm lifting weights, and I was a leasing agent at that apartment complex too. So I was like, I think I had just got off, or I was on my break. And sometimes on my break, I'll go downstairs and just take my button up off and just lift weights. So I'm standing there lifting weights, looking at my form in the mirror, just like, you know, trying to focus on what I'm doing. And I'm looking in the mirror, but I didn't see anything in my reflection. But in my peripheral vision, I could see a child like holding on to my waist, bro. It was like a ghostly figure of a child. I think it was a little white boy, to be honest. From what I saw, like could see, I'm like, and I'm lifting the weights, and I was like, I said, what the fuck? I looked down, and it was gone. And then I looked back in the mirror, bro. Like beside me, it looked like somebody had blew smoke past me, and it was just going away. I think I scared him a little bit. And I was like,
well, your reaction definitely would have scared him.
Yeah, because he was like on me, like I didn't feel anything bad. It was just like he was like a help type shit, like help me, like type shit. So whatever came in my room, that dark feeling was probably chasing him. That's what I pieced together. Like he was probably chasing him on the astral plane, just tormenting him, trying to get him, or he was baiting him out to me, or whatever. So, but the only other thing I had happened there was I seen a video where this dude was saying like your spirit angels, your spirit guides, they want to come to you, but they don't want to show you their real form because you might be afraid. You might be scared of how they actually look. And at work that day, you know, I paused the video that I was listening to, and I was like, you can come to me, just don't do nothing creepy, like show up in the middle of the night, standing in my doorway like a creep, just standing there looking at me. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Make sure you show yourself to me when the sun is up. You're very visible. I can see you clear as day. Don't do that. So one day I get off work. It's probably like that day or the next day. It was like definitely that week. So in my room, like, so you'll walk in the room alongside the wall that my bedroom door was. It's the closet door, and it's a walk-in closet. So the door to my room and the closet door, they're on the same side of the wall, same side of the room.
Right.
So I walk in, throw my keys on my dresser, and on my peripheral, I see something like duck down. It was all white. It ducked down. This motherfucker was tall as shit. It ducked down and went into the closet, bro. It had to be like probably like close to 7 feet tall. It just ducked down and went into the closet. And then I was like, I already saw you. You know, I said out loud, I said, I already saw you. Like, what you doing? And then I went in and looked into the closet, and one of the clothes hangers was moving, bro. Just by itself, just moving. Like, why you running, bro? Like, I saw you. You know what I'm saying? If you are what you say, are you good? We people, we cool. And I seen cloud people. I don't know if you ever heard about that.
No, I've never heard of cloud people before.
I can send you a video. It's a video I seen on TikTok. Dude was looking at the news, and it was a video like I think it was like an accident or something. And the news anchor that was out in the field, like talking, like, yeah, I'm at the scene of such and such, blah, blah, blah. And dude was like, look up here. He noticed it. He was like, look up here. You're going to see somebody walk on the cloud. Like, you're going to see a cloud person walking on the cloud. And sure enough, joint just walking across on the jank, just walking across the shit. So I've seen that before. I didn't know if that was real. I told people about it, but I didn't know anybody else. I didn't know if anybody else had that type of situation happen to them. But like one day I'm sitting in the back of the apartment and I had a wooded view. So I'm just sitting out there just sunbathing. And a hummingbird had flew up to me. A hummingbird flew up and was probably like 3 feet away from my face. And it was just sitting there looking at me, bro. Like just sitting there looking at me. And I was like, hey, what's up, man? And then it started like when I spoke to it, it started flying around in a circle right in front of my face. And then it flew off. So and then I just like I always stare at the sky. I've always been into looking at the stars, clouds, just looking at the sky. Just I'm fascinated by it to this day.
Right. I am too.
It's amazing. So I'm looking at this big ass cloud, and it had like a big opening, like a big, you know, you got them big ass clouds, but it had a big opening in it, kind of like I don't know what it is,
like an eye.
Yeah, exactly like that. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, that's a nice looking cloud, man. That thing is massive. It looked like somebody was walking from the back of it towards the edge of it, but in the shape, they're cloud people. Like they're made out of cloud. Like this. That's the only way
like
I can.
Essentially, like mist.
Yes, exactly. But you can see them clear as day. The first one walked up, and then like two more walked up on its left and right, and they were just standing there, and I knew like they looking at me, bro, because they just the way they were standing, like they was looking dead at me, bro. Like I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And I'm sitting there, I'm trying not to trip out because I don't want my neighbors to hear me and be like, what are you talking about down there? So this tripped me out, bro. I'm just like, what is going on? First, the experiences in my room. I ain't even tell you about the time my body was started vibrating. And I found out later on, like 2 years later, what that was. Couldn't find anything on YouTube about that. Found out, so I was meditating, and then I used to listen to frequency songs on YouTube, like the 428 hertz and 532, I think it is, different things like that, and that will help me meditate and go to sleep. So I hear a humming sound. It was like, and I feel it. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I look at my phone. The song's still playing. Nobody's calling me. I picked up my phone and everything. I don't feel it vibrate, but I still feel a vibration. But it's not from my phone. So, which the phone don't even work like that. So it wouldn't even do that. YouTube would cut off and it'll be a phone call coming through. So, I realized that it was coming from me, but it was just my torso. And I was like, what is this? And I just had a random thought. I was like, I wonder if I can make this go through my whole body. And I heard that voice again say, or that presence say, focus on where you wanted to go and it'll go. And I said, okay. And I just say I wanted to go through my whole body, As soon as I thought that, I could feel it go down to my waist, down my legs, down to the bottom of my feet. And then now it's going back from my feet to my head, top of my head, just back and forth. And it got louder. And it was just like, and it got faster. And it was just like pulsating, just vibrating, just over and over and over. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And I felt like air, like somebody had just opened the window or cut a fan on or cut the AC. I just started feeling a rush of air. And couldn't find anything on YouTube. So I met this chick one time and I told her about it. And she was like, so basically you were about to astral project. She said I was about to astral project, but I caught it. Like I was conscious, I was awake while it was happening. So I kind of stopped myself from leaving, but it was like the car is in idle mode pretty much.
Yeah.
So when she told me that, bro, I was just like, she's like, yeah, because you astral project, just that's what you do. Like you don't have to want to astral project, you'll just do it. I was like, what, for real? So it's like, yeah, what do you think your dreams are? Like, where do you think you be going? Don't you have dreams where you feel like, man, that was real? Like, yeah, that's what happened. Like, you was gone. You was somewhere else. You was in another reality.
Like, it's actually very dangerous to do that, like, especially unconsciously, because if you astral project and you're unaware of it, you could, get an attachment to you. I mean, obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, but You know, my fiance actually stopped me one night from astral projecting. Like she saw me come out of my body to begin astral projecting. She forced me back down because I did it unconsciously.
Mm.
It's dangerous if you do that, if you're not
No,
aware of
you're
it.
right, because that's what happened on Insidious,
Mm-hmm.
the first one. I don't know if you've seen that, but that movie is about astral projecting. Because the son was in a coma. They didn't know what was wrong with the son. They called in the investigators because stuff started happening around the house. And then basically the investigator was like, spoiler alert for people who ain't seen it yet, but it's like 1,000 years old at this point. So, but it's a good movie though. I'm definitely not doing it justice. You have to see this movie. So the first one. So they called the investigator, and the lady was like, "Yeah, I know you. You don't remember me?" I think she was like, "You don't remember?" He was like, "Nah." She was like, "You went through this something like this when you were your son's age, because you used to do the same thing. You got a gift. You can leave at will. You can just leave."
Mm.
And he was like, "Oh shit! Like, oh damn." I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I think he ended up remembering how to do it, or they unlocked it for him, or something. Because she had like locked him out of his ability to do it, or something, so he wouldn't
Yeah.
bring the spirits in. But nah, the spirits, they was trying to get the boy body so they can jump in him and just live as him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that no, I definitely believe it. I'm also a firm believer of selective programming. Like these movies and stuff like that stuff is real. Like
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff is real, dog. So but they might show it to you as like, oh, that's just entertainment. Oh, that was a comedy. Men in Black isn't real. That was just a sci-fi action comedy. Like, nah, like, but nah, that's like real too. So,
But as a
alleged.
kid, as a kid, like I don't remember if I told you this, but um, in my old house in Connecticut, that's actually where The Exorcist was filmed too, like right by my hometown.
Damn sure was.
But when I was a kid, I always thought my house was haunted. And kids are smart when it comes to this. So if your kid ever says, "Hey, this house is haunted," you better believe them because they can
Yep,
see
and
shit
your
you
and your
can't.
pets. If your cat or dog just staring at the
Mm-hmm.
wall and they looking up like something moving, they just following it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you
That's what
better.
my dog does.
Mm-hmm.
But in Connecticut, we had a finished basement, and there was a part of the house that wasn't finished. It was just like where the washer and dryer go, where your hot water heater is.
Right,
My dad had a workbench in there for his tools and stuff, and we'd put the cat box in there and stuff. Out of the way stuff.
right. Like
And
storage area.
a lot of the times at night, if I couldn't sleep, I would go downstairs and watch TV because that was the only part of the house where you can't hear the TV. And you hear the furnace going, and you can hear the hot water heater going. Just the humming sounds. And I used to hear, I'm gonna say shadow people because that's what I saw. Um, you can hear them walking around, and a lot of the times they would peek around the corner at me and
Mm-hmm.
then disappear. And they were at least like 7, 8 feet tall. Like they had to hunch over to look at me in this big, 8 foot tall room. And, a lot of times when I went to bed, I had a nightlight because I was always afraid of the dark. And I had two teddy bears set up that, my grandparents have given me, both sides of my grandparents have given me at birth. And they were like maybe 3, 4 feet, I would say 3 feet tall, maybe 2 feet. And they would sit on my toy chest. And I had a closet right next to that. And I always kept my closet closed for many reasons. But there was this one night I saw a shadow head pop up behind my teddy bears and just look at me the whole entire time I'm laying in my bed. And I would freak out. I jump out of bed. I run to my mom. I said, "There's something in my room." She turns on the light. Nothing there. She says, "Don't worry about it. You shouldn't watch scary movies. Just go back to bed." I remember I scared myself to sleep, which is ironic, but I was so scared I basically passed out. And I woke up flat against the wall.
What?
Flat against the wall. Like something literally picked me up and pushed me against the wall and held me there all night.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Like I essentially turn a house sideways, and that's how it felt like. I was sleeping on the wall.
Bro, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I remember waking up and I was like, did you push me against the wall? And they're like, no one was in your room since this morning, because my mom always came in to wake me up in the morning. Because, you know, as a little kid, you got to have, you know, curfew and wake up time.
Right.
So, you know, ever since then, I was like baffled. And there was always this one room that my dad used to sleep in, because my parents really never slept together. Because he worked third shift and my mom worked in the morning, so it was off schedule.
Right.
But it was a computer room that my dad put a bed in, and he would sleep down there. And it was in the finished basement. It was just the second part of it. And we used to, before the bed was in there, was a pull-out couch with one of those older projector TVs there, the box TVs.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when it turns on, it's all gray and it's like, you know, the humming sound or the fuzzy sound. There was something talking to me through that TV.
That's some poltergeist shit.
Yeah, exactly. It was talking to me.
Step into the light, Peyton. I got candy bars for your fat ass. No, I'm playing.
And it was just like, I'd be sitting in that room while my mom's on the computer playing in there. You know, it's nighttime. It's dark in the room. And, you know, I'm playing there, playing on the floor, playing with I had a Barney toy at the time. And I was always scared of that room because I knew something was living in that room. It was just the worst room in the house. And like, I had a dream that my toy Barney came to life and it chased me around that room. And I never went in that room again. Never. Yeah. And I felt like that was something coming to attack me in my dreams, because in your dreams you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's something that was trying to attack me, and it was giving me a message saying, hey, you know, this is going to keep happening and I'm going to keep tormenting you. And this is how I'm going to do it.
I think you're vulnerable in your dreams until you realize that it's a dream.
Actually, it's actually vice versa. If you say it's a dream, then it makes it worse. You're even more vulnerable.
That's crazy.
You can never acknowledge that you're having a dream inside your dream, or else it becomes a reality.
Damn. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But whenever I do it, it's like I'll have a dream. It's not really a nightmare, but this is like something weird is happening. And I'm like, it's mainly like petty shit, like my car got towed or I lost something. But in my dream, I'm really like freaking out. I'm like, man, damn, like, fuck, this is so inconvenient. Like, so, and then I'm like, oh, this is a dream, bro. Like, I'll always be like, this shit fake. This is a dream. And then I'll just wake up. Or the dream will start going better in my favor. Things like that.
You just can't say it out loud. You can say it to yourself, but you can't say it out loud.
Yeah. I'll never. It's the thought within a thought. Like, so I'm dreaming, but I'm having a thought. I'll have that thought, like, oh, this is fake, bro. And then it'll just wake up. Like, I've had dreams where people tried to attack me, and then I'm like outnumbered 3-1, and then I'm like nervous at first, but then I get pissed off, and then I'm like, bro, I'm about to go Luke Cage on these motherfuckers, and then I just started bashing people's heads in, ripping people apart, just throwing them 30 feet across the store or some crazy shit. I done had some crazy shit happen in my dreams, bro. I've done some crazy. I've done some John Wick shit in my dreams. But it's always like, I gotta protect people. I gotta protect.
Well, that's just you naturally.
Yeah, that's true. And then I just go overboard and just annihilate those fools. But yeah, that shit is crazy. But
what's also important to remember in dreams is don't run away from something that's trying to kill you, if that makes sense. You have to conquer that.
Right.
Or else it'll get attached to you.
Yeah, and it'll keep coming back.
Right. That's why as a kid, so crazy story, I still do it to this day, but since the age of 6, I've always slept with a dream catcher in my room. I believe in those heavily. It sounds stupid, I'm sure, but I believe in those heavily. I believe they actually work. And I've never really had nightmares since having those dream catchers in my room. You can put a lot of power into something.
Yeah, you really can.
It's all about manifesting. It's all about manifesting.
Yes, and your intent. Your intention.
Yeah,
Your
exactly.
intentions will get you through a lot, bro. For real. You can really change your life just off your intentions. Like if you want something, go get it, you know? But because my friend he put me onto crystals. So in the store, they got different crystals on the wall and they got a description of what the crystal is and what it does. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh, this is cool. But then I had a thought, I was like, how they know that? Like, how do these people know that? Because it's like hundreds of crystals, hundreds of labels, hundreds of definitions. I'm like, that's why I asked him. I said, you think these people just made that up? Or is that real? He's like, nah, you tripping. This is what it is. I'm like, but how though? How do we know that? Like I'm not doubting. I'm not saying they doing something wrong. I'm just like, I'm using my. This. That was a question that was resonating with me. Like, how do
it's
they
like a
know?
scientific question.
Yeah. So then he was like, so put it like this. You can create. He said I can use. He just picked up a random item in his. We was in his. He's a videographer and a photographer, and we was at his studio, and he was like, I can use. I can say this. I forget what it was. Like maybe a pencil or something. He was like, I can say this pencil is, keep fuck niggas away from me tool. Like as long as I got this pencil on me, it's gonna keep fuck niggas away from me. Excuse my language. It's gonna keep bullshitters and bad people away from me. And I can
Negativity.
sock over here and say, this is gonna help me be light on my feet. This is gonna help me be agile. And this, he told me like it's all about your intentions. It's all about you can put your power into this. You can do it. We're infinite beings living a temporary human experience. So like you can do things. You have gifts, you have abilities. Once you figure out what those are, and you keep practicing, you'll start having more and more experiences.
Exactly.
Well, more, more experiences, and you'll be able to do more with those abilities.
Tarot
And
cards are actually. I know you don't believe in them yourself, but
you
tarot
said tarot
cards are
cards?
actually. Yeah, tarot cards are actually the opening of practicing. That's like the first thing that you should start doing to practice.
I believe in them. I just don't want to use them.
Well, yeah, I know you don't use them, but I'm just generalizing for the other the public.
Right? Yeah. What was because you said your girl? I think it was on a phone. Oh, it was on a game.
Mm-hmm.
And you say your girl. You was like, "Do you mind if she do a reading for you real quick?" And I
Well,
was
the
like,
cards just started falling out, and she's just like, "Well, I guess it's for you then."
"Do you remember what they were?" I know they were something good.
It was strength, wheel of fortune. I think something about integrity. I can't remember all of them. Wisdom. It was a while ago, but you got a lot of good cards.
That's what's up.
Uh, heads up for your future kind of thing. It's not exactly what the card is called, but that's like the generalization of that specific card.
What do you say? What'd you say it was again? That
It
one?
was like something was good that was coming into your future. Just keep your head up, kind of thing.
Hey man, that I can say that's very real. Because first of all, I'm really big on integrity. So when y'all said that, I was like, okay, this is real. And then you was like that last part you just said, like I was probably going through some shit. I like so. Nah, that I believe in it. Like I
That
definitely.
was that was around the time when you got with your new woman
Yeah,
because
this
you
was. But
had just had that shit with your ex there.
this was. Yeah, but this wasn't that long ago. This was like because I was here where I'm at now. I'm at her apartment now.
Yeah,
So like this, she moved in here in September. So this was probably like in the fall. Because
this
we was on the
was
game. I didn't start playing her game until like using her Xbox. I was gonna buy, a PS5. I was like, I'm gonna just use her Xbox because she don't use it. So this was like, yeah, this was probably like October, November. Might have been this year. It wasn't that long ago.
I
Gotta think it's May
can't
now.
remember.
Almost June. So
Yeah,
I think it was like this year. I
I
definitely
think
remember we were down. Oh, I was downstairs playing the game.
yeah. But she also added because she's yelling at me from the couch. She also added that it generalized to you're a strong, caring person.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah,
I can.
I mean,
Hey,
I see it every day. So
yeah. Shout out to her and them cards, man.
they just
That's
started
real.
falling out. So
That's crazy.
yeah,
Y'all just talking about him like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I don't really know them cards. Is like, yeah, look, tell them this.
That's exactly what was happening too. Because she's like, well, if he wants to know, just say blah blah blah, and I would just repeat it to you, because that's what she was saying. I mean, you had like 10, 12 cards fall out,
That's crazy.
and she was just over here playing with them. She wasn't asking questions. She was just playing with them, and we were all talking, and they started falling out one by one. So clearly, your spirit guide wanted you to know something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I constantly, my spirit guide is like, hey, over here, I'm trying to talk to you like every day. And I constantly see 777, 444, 333.
Angel numbers.
Yeah, I see like the 666 or 4 6s. And that 666, that's not a bad number. Like, that's not, people made that into a bad number. That's not a bad number. So,
It's all about intention.
exactly. So if I tell you a freaking high heel shoe is evil and you believe it, every time you see high heel shoes, you're like, oh my God.
It's going to kill somebody.
You're going to start hyperventilating. You're going to need a brown paper bag to calm your ass down. Yeah, breathing.
Or a plastic bag over the head.
Oh, nah. Yeah, take deep breaths. Deep. Shh. Shh. Oh, nah. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
I'm trying to remember. Kids. When it comes to kid spirits, to me, it's very difficult to tell if they're actually a kid or it's a negative energy perceiving as a kid.
Yep.
Because that can happen.
I think you, from what what just popped in my head, you can tell, because maybe I don't think a bad energy, I don't think that a bad source of energy can like basically put the fragrance of a good energy on, if that makes sense. Like, we're the mask of a good source of energy. That makes sense?
Well, it's all about perceiving, manipulating,
Right.
It's going to tug at your heartstrings. It's going to get you vulnerable. It's going to get you to believe that it's what it's saying, but you can't tell because it's hiding and manipulating so well.
Right.
Like, there was an incident that happened at my buddy's property. Oh man, I'm trying to remember. But we kept hearing a child's laughter and a child's voice. And I'm sure that generally was a child, but there was a darker entity holding everything else back. Like, it wanted the microphone to talk. It was going to control that. And there's actually not too far from here, the Hanover battlefield there is people have claimed that they've seen children spirits there, but there's one man that saw a figure that was half goat, half man.
Wow.
Which, if you're not too familiar with that, that's the devil.
Yeah, the Baphomet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, you hear, gunshots, ghost gunshots, ghost soldiers. You hear all that, ghost lanterns, at a normal battlefield. But this one apparently was one of the bloodiest, so it had the most negativity attached to it during the Civil War.
Yes, it's a lot that happened out here back in the day here in Virginia. So
yeah, Virginia is essentially a ghost town.
I heard, like I said, I've always asked ghost stories. So when I was a kid, I asked my best friend if he's seen a ghost. He was like, nah. But his granddad, it was this old building. Because the slave trail is right up, the street from me. I'm in Richmond, so right up the street.
Yeah.
So
you're talking about Belle Isle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, so right out there. So so he said it was this building that his granddad used to work in. I forget what he said. We was in elementary school, so he probably didn't even know. But
if I may interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
If you're talking about, are you talking about the Belle Isle building?
I don't know. I don't know what building it was.
Because that's the hydroelectricity plant that went out of business.
Yeah, well, I know about that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's where he was, his granddad.
Okay.
So
sorry, continue.
no, you good. So he said his granddad, he used to go into like some like in the basement area of this job or whatever, and he said he could hear like chains like moving around, like so he was like, "What is that?" So he said he will always hear it, and then he said one day he went down there, he kept hearing it, so he was like, "I'm gonna see what this is." You know, black people, we ain't investigating nothing. Nope, I'm out. So he said he went. So one day he's like, forget it, man. Like, forget it. I'm gonna go see what this is. So he went and was just looking around, and the closer he got to it, the chain sound was getting louder. And then he said he went in this room, and it was like old slave shackles in that motherfucker. Like on the like in, I think he said it was like in the cut. Like it wasn't just like in the middle of the floor. It was just like in the cut. He ended up finding them, and he was just like, "What the fuck are these doing down here?" Like, and that's what he heard. And another story, my ex, her people told me, because like I said, I always ask people ghost stories. So ask about ghost stories, and they said it was this lady they knew, because her family, you know, she's mixed, so she grew up with the white side of her family. So we over there just chilling on a Sunday, and I was talking to them about some stuff, and then they were like, this lady they knew, this other white lady, said that she went into one of the old like plantations or whatever, and she went to one of the slave quarters, because some of these places still have have that stuff up. And she said she went in there, right? As soon as she went in there, they said she went in there no longer than like 5 or 10 seconds. They said all of her hair just turned white as soon as she walked in there.
Holy shit.
All of her whole, I think she was like a brunette or something, like her whole head just turned white, and she just freaked out and just ran up out of there.
I would too. I don't blame her.
Yeah. So
you know what's crazy
like,
though?
when black people walk in there, nothing happens. Like it's just like, oh, you know. But
so go ahead. I
like,
keep interrupting you.
You might want to get up out of here. You might want to get the fuck up out of here, dog.
So since you mentioned Belle Isle, you know, before we started our channel Paranormal Outbreak, we went to Belle Isle, but it was me, you know, my buddy that started the channel, and then another buddy of ours that has never been involved in that kind of stuff and does not wish to. He went with us. We parked up in Shockoe Bottom. It was like maybe like 12 or 1 o'clock at night. You know, we're carrying heat on us, obviously, because it's Richmond.
Damn straight.
We grab a bunch of flashlights. We go out there. We're like, we're gonna go we're gonna go see what these buildings look like. Because I prior to that, I've never been in those buildings, and so it wasn't the actual hydro plant. It was like the little buildings on the side.
Right.
And we went in there. You know, we walk over. We went in there, and we can hear like stuff running through the woods. Like, you know, it saw our lights and it runs through the woods. Like it's gone. And it didn't. I mean, to be honest, it could have been a deer, you know, at the time, because, you know, we didn't see it. So we can't prove or disprove that it was a spirit or an animal. But anyways, we go in the building. It has like, it's separated off with a like, had to be like a foot thick of concrete on the wall to get to the other side. And the only way you can get in is hopping through the hole that's like, you know, 3 feet above, you know, where you're standing, because it's just dirt on the ground. We walk in there, we're, you know, talking, you know, our voices are bouncing off the concrete. So we're having a blast. We're not really there for ghosts. We're just there to be there. Because
you talking about that big empty like concrete looking thing at the river?
Yes.
Yeah, I went in there one time.
They're so we're in there, we're just talking with each other, you know, having a good time. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We're starting to get tired, you know, we hiked. We were getting ready to leave, and we hear a crystal clear knock, like someone's knocking on a door on that concrete wall, like clear as day. It was like it sounded like it was knocking on a hollow piece of metal. And you know, we look at each other and we're like, "Hey, did you like knock on the wall or something, and we go over. It's straight concrete, like it's a foot thick. Like we
Yeah.
knocked on it, we can't even get a sound out aside from our fists hitting the concrete.
Right.
And you know, we're kind of spooked by it now, and you know, we're looking at each other like deers in headlights, and you know, we're like, okay, let's just get the fuck out of here. And as soon as we turn around to the exit, a rock gets thrown right over our heads into the corner of the building. And it's like it's essentially saying, hey, you get the fuck out of here. Like, you're not supposed to be here. So we deck out of there. And you know, we can hear something following us. It's like, you know, we're so pale in the face, like we aren't talking to each other at all. Like, we're like, me and my buddy look like we're angry. Like we're so filled up with all this emotion. Clearly we had an attachment. It was following us, and we just looked angry. And you know, my buddy pipes in, you know, the other guy, he's like, are you two okay? Like, what's going on? What's going on? We look at him, we're angry. Like, we're like, let's just get the fuck out of here. Like, we're angry. We're like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't know what possessed me over that. I'm not saying we got possessed, but we were definitely angry. And as soon as we get as far as we can, we're nauseous. We have extreme headache. We're extremely tired. And, you know, when we get back in the car, we start talking. We're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, we're completely normal now. It was the weirdest experience I've ever had. I've never had that experience before.
That's pretty crazy, bro. I've heard people like have those feelings too, like nausea and headaches and things like that after they've had some type of paranormal experience. I've definitely heard of something similar to that.
Yeah, my fiance was yelling over to me. She was saying it was trying to possess us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only because we didn't believe. Like, we were so weak-minded that we didn't believe. You know, we didn't have our guards up. It's very important to have your guard up.
Hell yeah. That's why I cuss a motherfucker out quick.
Actually, the most effective way of getting rid of like a negative feeling, or if you feel like you have an attachment, my Reiki master always tells me, just do the goofiest fucking thing in the world. Like, he always says, like, he'll say bye Felicia or something like that, you know, like the meme.
Yeah.
Just something so fucking goofy that it makes you laugh, it lifts your spirit, and like it gets rid of it at the same time.
Yeah, man. Laughter, that's one of the best ways to raise your vibrations, yo.
That's why I say laughter is the best medicine.
Exactly. That's why I'm thankful. Like, I think it was just the other day I was telling God, like, thank you for making me funny, you know, because this is very important. Like, that's a very important like trait.
Yes, it very much is.
Huh?
It very much is. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I'm thankful. I don't take that for granted. I love being able to make people laugh. Like, I'm not the funniest, but I don't care. I make people laugh, bro.
That's how I got hooked on you from, you know, working with you. You were just this goofy ass motherfucker, tall, bulky. Like, you were just you definitely do not look like a goofball. You look like someone who will kill a motherfucker just by looking at him.
Hey, man, that's crazy, bro. Look, man. I was just talking to my girl about that today, man. So she said, while we was driving, I had to go pick something up, and I was like, man, because I met her on Hinge, and she was like, you're nothing like what I thought you were. Like, you look like you was just. I done had many other women tell me that on these dating apps. It was like, you look like you just holler at baddies, you post up at bars, you look like an F-boy. I'm like, damn. They say you look like you stuck up. I said, man, y'all, I don't know. I grew up hearing that women have strong intuition. Y'all are a poor judge of character, bro. I'm the complete opposite. You know how insecure I am? You know how goofy I am? Like, what are you talking about? When they say I look like I'm stuck up, I said, what? What? They was like, nah, you cool. I just thought you was like that. You know, just by looking at your pictures. I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
No, see, I never got stuck up with you. I've never gotten, you know, when the first time I met you, I never felt like you were stuck up. I never felt like you were self-centered or anything like that. You definitely hold others higher than yourself.
Oh yeah, that's a
But
fact.
that's one thing I never, even from Kayvon, I've never felt that self-absorbedness. I always felt the genuinely, positive outlook.
Yeah, Kayvon, he cool too. He good people, man. That's my
Kayvon's good
dog,
people.
man. Yeah, he cool as a
Both of
motherfucker.
you are good people, honestly.
Yeah, you are too, man. Even though you was
Uh,
hard headed in the beginning, hard headed as shit, but you was young, so you know.
I've come a long way.
Oh yeah. That's what I said in the beginning. You a little hard headed. Like man, me and Kayvon was like, man, what's wrong with this dude, man?
I'm
Keep
still
telling him all
young.
this good stuff. Like, he'll be all right, man. He's young. Like, yeah, that's true. He ain't but like 20. Like,
I'm
yeah.
older than that, but
No, I'm talking about then. Yeah, I think that's 2 years ago.
no. At the time, I was only 22.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Oh no, I had just turned 22 actually.
Same thing.
Yeah.
2022. Don't make a difference.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you can go buy a beer. Who cares? No.
Even though I never really drank.
You can go buy a pistol. Who cares? No, I'm playing.
No, I care about that.
Yeah.
Give me my rights. Give me my
Not gonna
rights.
press that off. No, yeah. We definitely need to be old enough to have that.
Yeah.
But
Sad that in today's world you have to have protection nowadays.
man, my cousin was saying the same thing last year. We was sitting at his house, and he was like, man, that's exactly what he said. He was like, it's sad because we were talking about guns and stuff. And because we just had guns is on the table. Like obviously all of them are registered, all of them are legal, but most of us are gun owners. So
Yeah.
we were just talking about different guns we want to buy and stuff like that. And he was just like, man, it's sad we gotta have that mindset, man. Just walk around with it and just things like that because it's just so crazy out here. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. I never thought of it like that, but it's very sad, man. It's very saddening. Like, because to be honest, I pray over my guns, man. I say like, God, please never give me a reason to have to use this on somebody. But if there is a reason and it's in self-defense, please allow me to be swift and precise with my shot selection. Like, please just allow me to be basically John Wick with this motherfucker if I have to. But I'm man, nobody in their right mind wants to shoot somebody, bro.
Oh God, no.
Like nobody wants. Like, cause there's a lot of people who I'm not gonna get into politics, but there's a lot of people who don't want people to have guns. But it's like you do know rational thinking people don't want to use these. We have these because there's people out there who aren't rational, who are criminals, who don't abide by the law, who don't care, and they will do some serious damage.
Kill or be killed.
Exactly. I'm not willing to take the risk to not have it and then need it. I'd rather need it and not
have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah, I started going crazy with the words right. Like, well, I don't know what the fuck happened.
So to bring it back to spirits and all that, there is one thing I do want to say before we conclude the session. But when I was younger, if you ever looked up in the sky and you see the sunlight through the clouds and you can see like the sun rays coming down,
yeah,
I always believed. So I don't believe in God personally. I'm not shitting on anyone's religion. I don't believe in God. I believe in the universe.
Right.
But I always thought, hey, that's heaven's ladder, going over all the cemeteries, bringing all the spirits up. And what's crazy is where I used to go fishing, I was part of a fishing club in Connecticut. There is a cemetery right at the entrance of one of the fishing spots I would go to. We called it the trolley because it was an abandoned train track. There's a well-kept cemetery right there. And I remember riding my bike down to go fishing one day. It had just cleared up from raining, so it was a perfect time to go fishing. And I saw, what I call heaven's ladder, and I saw mist coming up from the cemetery as it was being lifted up into heaven.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man.
That's always what I believed in.
Yeah, I don't put it past it, man. That could be very true. I don't doubt anything. Like I try to look at things like, all right, is this real or whatever? I don't just jump the gun. Just because I believe in these things, don't mean I'm gonna be gullible,
Yeah.
always try to be like, what's this? Like you said earlier, people can fake stuff like videos and
Oh yeah,
lying like in a story. But hey, man, I give it the benefit of the doubt. Like it could be real, could not be real, but a lot
well,
of times
who's really to say what happens in the afterlife? There's no proof of what happens.
exactly.
You know,
All
you
we
can't.
know is our body is being powered by a source of energy, like our souls, our spirits. And energy doesn't die, it just transfers. It just goes somewhere else.
Right. It goes back in the universe, actually.
Yeah. Goes back to the source.
Right.
The universe is God. Like the universe, that's from what I guess, I don't know. I could be wrong. But it seems like it is because I've heard that the universe is conscious. Like the universe is a living thing. So
oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so and it's way bigger than what we could even fathom. So
actually, it's crazy because I don't know if you ever heard of Reiki before.
Yeah,
but a lot of spiritual people, they constantly thrive on the universe because it is a living entity.
Right.
It's the most bountiful source of energy that you can have. And that's like where a lot of Reiki comes from, because you're harnessing the energy from the universe to help this person in need of, Reiki and all that. It's not a medical thing, so don't ask if you have like a broken leg or something, because that's not medical, that's not Reiki. Reiki is it's essentially like a soothing massage, if that makes sense. It's not really meant to heal you like you have a broken arm or anything. It's meant to give you energy and help you get rid of, I can't say it gets rid of your depression, but it helps with your depression. And it's something that, if you believe in it, it really does help.
Yeah, meditation helps with your, we're not giving out medical advice.
No medical advice here.
As somebody who had depression, suffered from it, when I got into meditating, it definitely helped me.
Meditation is definitely a strong suit.
Yes, because you clearing your mind. Like
exactly.
Depression comes from maybe your situation, things you're going through, but a lot of it is mental. It's mental. That's why
battle.
You can almost had a heart attack at the end of 2019 from stressing myself out. Legit, almost had a heart attack, bro. So, got back into fitness. Fitness is another. If you depressed, your spirits are down, your energy is down. Get into working out. It's not even like trying to be a bodybuilder or super skinny or nothing. Just get into moving. Because when you're depressed, you don't want to do anything. You just still. You just sit in your fucking pity or whatever, and just sit there and just you don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do nothing. You're just there. But no, you gotta move. Go walk in the park or something. Go for a run. You got a bike, go ride a bike. Go to a gym or go do workouts in the backyard or something. Like, do something. I promise you'll start to feel better. Not giving medical advice, but I'm just saying from my experience, from what I was going through, it definitely helped.
Like fishing was my release.
And that's good because you're doing something.
Yeah.
You're in motion. You got to stay in motion, man. You have to. We have too much energy in us to stay still. And then if you're blessed enough to have an able body to be able to move and go and do what you want to do, don't take that for granted, man. Get to moving. Get up off your ass and get to moving, yo.
Definitely take advantage of that.
For real. Don't ever take advantage of what you have. A lot of times we take stuff for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just being able to see and being able to hear and having all your extremities and things like that. Don't take that for granted, dog. Just be thankful and use it.
Positivity.
Power of justice. No, I'm playing.
Power of justice.
I look carried away. Where's Rachel? Justice.
Justice League.
Vengeance. Fucking Batman over here. Where's Rachel?
He's not really a superhero. He's just a man that runs around in tights.
Nah, that dude is a superhero, bro. Piecing niggas up. Mobs of people. Nah, bro. I ain't gonna let dude. The football players is a man in tights. Batman is a superhero.
A wrestler is a man in tights.
Huh?
A wrestler is a man in tights.
Yeah, the tidiest of tights.
I don't need that image before I go to bed.
Hey man, you brought it up.
I did. I played myself.
Brought it up, man.
I played myself. I know.
Yeah, congratulations. You played yourself. But I think this is a good first episode, man. What you think?
Yeah, it actually, honestly, in my honest opinion, I think it went better than the last one we made that got corrupted.
Oh yeah, way better. I was a little drunk when we did that one too. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was a little sauce. I'm a little smiz.
Yeah, that's why I don't drink.
Yeah, man, I was a little sauced up. I ain't gonna lie. But no, this one is way better. This is what we're gonna do from here on out until like we upgrade from here.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's very helpful, very useful. We can just record just like this, you know. But
hop on.
I like it. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We could probably sit here and chop it up in the lobby after I end the recording. But
yeah.
This is going up on the YouTube channel. Phenomenal Phenomenon. Peyton actually came up with that name.
Yes,
so shout out to Peyton. I'm gonna put this up on the YouTube channel, and I'm gonna download the audio and create an RSS feed and upload it to different like podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So we pulling up on y'all, you know what I'm saying? We pulling up on y'all with nothing but focus and vigor. We not playing no games out here. We finna take over. We're gonna interview people. You know, they're gonna basically call in or join the show. We're gonna let them tell their story, their experiences, and then at some point during the interview, we're gonna ask them questions. Once they get their story out, though, like once they finish with the story, then we're gonna go and ask them about certain key points of their story. So,
do we have an email? Because if they don't want to talk about it, they can always email us about it, so we can talk about it.
Oh yeah, I definitely have an email. I'm gonna send that to you. I think I sent it to you when I sent you the credentials for the YouTube channel. That email in that picture is the email.
You may have. It's been a little while.
Yeah, but so yeah, the email is gonna be posted in the description box. That way, like he just said, if you don't want to get on the show, you could always email us what happened to you, and Peyton can read that.
Yay!
Yeah, this is your idea. You go ahead and you got to see it through, my boy.
Yeah.
I'll let you take care of that. Oh, Glasses McGee. No.
Oh, gee, thanks, motherfucker.
All right, man. Everybody, thanks for listening to the show. All two of y'all, and
damn, we got a big audience.
Massive. We popping, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Making millions.
Knocking our door down to try to pull up and be on the show. Trust me, bro. It's on the way. It's on the way, bro.
Manifest.
Trust me. This show is one of one. No diss to anybody else's show, but this show is definitely one of one. But
might be biased, but I think ours is the best.
What'd you say?
I said it might be biased, but I think ours is the best.
Oh yeah, of course. Already. We have 0.00 views right now, but I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Nah, because in my head, we got millions.
It ain't about the money. It's all about the fun.
It's all about the fun, man. The money gonna come. Don't get it twisted. We gonna make some money. But long as we doing this and having fun and people can tell us their stories and we can share those stories with you all, you know, that's what matters. It's just having fun, bro. The money gonna come. Don't chase the money, man. Make the money chase you. So, you know, money is just gonna be there. Whatever. It is what it is. But we ain't gonna be greedy. We not greedy people, but I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. Now we gonna make some money. We'll get all that.
I mean, honestly, I don't really care if the money doesn't come. I'm having fun as it is.
Right. But it's just inevitable though. Like if we pop off, like even if we just use YouTube, like the views and the ads, like we're gonna monetize the channel at some point. So
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with making money, but we ain't chasing. We're not going against our morals to make money. Never that. But,
no.
This is a job. We're gonna be putting in all this work. You know, this is gonna be a job. Like real talk.
Well, you're going to be
All
doing
the stuff
most
y'all
of the
going
work,
through
most
over there,
likely.
you can get some money, man. You going through a lot over there with the experiences and stuff. But that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for listening. Just be on the lookout. We'll be posting stuff soon, really soon. I'll be posting stuff tomorrow, actually, or tonight. What time is this? Almost 10 o'clock. Probably tonight or tomorrow, because I'm doing something around 3 p.m. So before that, I don't have anything to do. So
Oh, Mr. Popular over here.
yeah, I'm popping, man. Open red and pop. They don't call me Popcorn Jones for nothing.
Nobody calls you that.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't even call you that.
Nobody's ever called me that in life, but they will.
God, I hope not.
You'll see. I'll show you, Fat Patrick.
Hey.
Hey,
chocolate. This is my man, Patrick.
Oh, man. Patrick in shape, yo.
Chocolate. I remember chocolate.
But yeah, all right. I'm going to wrap it up. Y'all be easy, man. Drink water, eat fruit and veggies, and open the window. You've been farting in that room all day. Open that goddamn window and spray some Febreze around your direct vicinity. All right.
What the fuck is happening?
Say goodbye, Peyton.
All right, bye. I don't know. I don't agree with his last message.
Well, what should I say? I mean, if people sitting in the room farting, they should open the window.
Let them enjoy their farts.
Nah, man, you gotta open that shit up, dog. No recycling.
Let them marinate.
No recycling of the farts, man. You gotta let that shit out. Got to, man. Your
Don't
upper
pollute
lip
the earth even more.
Your upper lip is marinated with ass air. You gotta let that. You gotta come on, man. Let that out. Your nose will thank you. Trust me.
Just end it already. Jesus Christ.
This is a scientific fact. If you sit in a room for an extended period of time, just with your own fart, your hairline will start to recede. That's a scientific fact.
No, I think that's just genetic.
Nah, that's a fart. That's because of people be farting and they just be sitting in it, and then their hairline just like moonwalking. So don't fact check me. Just take my word for it, bro. Trust me, bro.
I don't condone these messages.
Airlines. I'm not laughing at that. That was just a fart. Don't come at me like, man, I was gonna subscribe. No. I was not laughing at that.
I was gonna subscribe, but you went on a full-on 5-minute dialogue about farts.
Exactly. Don't mind them. I'm goofy, man. I like making people laugh, bro. We're gonna talk about some spooky shit on here. So I'm gonna have to make people laugh, dog. Like I'm gonna have to lighten the mood because somebody might be excuse me. Somebody might be watching this video in the middle of the night and they're like, oh man, damn, that's scary. And then I might break into some fart jokes and just clear the air real quick, literally.
Go clean the what do you call them? Skid marks. Yeah.
Oh man. That sounds like something you're going through right now.
Some Taco Bell fights.
Oh, but they don't call him Skid Mark Skeeter for nothing.
Skid Mark Skeeter. Okay, that's a
I got the landing strip in his drawers. Great day.
Well, apparently, according to you, I got the landing strip receding hairline. So
I didn't say that. Oh, so you confessing? You just in the room farting?
Everybody farts.
I'm saying, man, extended period of time, open a window or something.
What am I going to do? Walk in the middle of the podcast and be like, hey, I just fucking farted a fat one. Let me go open a window real quick.
No, man. I'm talking about like for like a long time.
Just got some fucking beans cooking. Oh,
on, you know? Refried bean ass boy. Great.
You know what? Next time we do a podcast, I'm going to fart right in the mic.
Hey, man, you got to put your face up to that. That's your mic. That ain't mine.
This mic is so good. I'm like 5 feet away from it right now.
When you have motherfucking pink eye.
Why am I putting it in my eye?
Hey man, I don't know. I don't know what you be eating. You might be cranking out some diabolical radioactive farts. I don't know. Yeah, you can't even say nothing.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I eat a lot of fast food.
You started scatting. You just keep it about.
Skip.
God damn. Great day, man. Yeah, you got to open the window, dog.
Nah. No windows in here.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for the 5th time. See why we need a podcast, bro. We can talk. We can talk. And
We gotta make a call in line.
Huh?
We gotta make a call in line.
A call? Yeah, we definitely do. See, it's work we got to do. See, that, you
Yeah.
know, this is a job. It's a hobby right now, but we're gonna turn it into, you know, a career. You know, hopefully we can do this and have spin-off shows and be guests on other podcasts. I would love to do that. You know, go to someone else's show, talk to them about some stuff, tell some jokes. Not really tell jokes, but you know, lighten the mood.
Have some funny moments.
Yeah, man. Definitely gonna have some funny moments, man.
You know what's funny? Working a menial job at Fergus. Anyways.
All right, dirty turkey, just the middle finger. That's a story for another time. I mean, actually, I think we can tell. I ain't saying we gotta do it right now, but if we was to say what our experience was there, that's not like defamation.
Shit, we don't work there no more. Who the fuck cares?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we ain't lying, motherfucker. Like,
we ain't work there. Who the fuck
it
cares?
would be very bad of us to not warn people. Like, if they may want to go work there, like, hey, you know, you can go
That's
work there, but before you do, let me give you a little heads up.
It's not for all locations, just for this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely not for all. Just that one. Like, no.
Yeah.
The other ones are
that
cool.
one specifically.
Yeah, the other ones are cool, but that one, doo-doo butter, hot doo-doo butter, steaming.
Fuck.
With peanuts in it and corn.
Okay, just stop talking. Just end it.
That thing Joe Dirt was eating off of.
Okay.
I'm talking mud butt. You ain't got no toilet paper
all right,
and no socks on.
All right.
Hit.
All right. Everyone go to bed. It's past your bedtime.
Somebody is going away to work. They're on the way to work right now.
Shit. By the time we upload it probably would be like morning.
Yeah. Somebody gonna probably listen to this on the way to church.
I hope not.
I hope so. Nothing against church, but hey, I hope they just listening.
Yeah, listen to it instead of listening to your pastor. That's a good idea.
But listen to this, y'all. They're gonna play it to the congregation. That's crazy.
Plug it up to the church stereo.
Yeah, they passed me the aux, bro. Do people still use those? Everybody got Bluetooth. But anyway, for the 18th time, we're gonna wrap it on up. And we'll talk to y'all later, man. All right, Peyton, say bye again.
Bye. I'm waving, but you can't see me.
Yes, goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.